Make it stop!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What Sold on eBay last week. Let's get right into it. Sales were going pretty good for me, and then I think what had happened was I was kind of wondering why they died down a bit. I received some negative feedback, actually, on one of these. Good lord, is that the gray in my beard? Or is that just the lighting or something? Papa getting old. Anyways, one of these Boyd's Bears, actually, or no, it was a Precious Moments figurine, I think, sold, and instead of contact, it's so annoying when the buyer doesn't contact you. They just immediately left bad feedback. Apparently there was a broken piece on the top of the figurine. If they would have sent me pictures, and you know, I would have made it right, but they just left negative feedback right off the bat. What got an offer expired on a video game I was trying to buy. So anyways, when you get a negative ding, when you get like a bad feedback or any kind of like shipping dispute or anything like that on eBay, it definitely messes with the algorithm, and it seems like it doesn't put your items on the feed. Like whenever someone's using search terms that would normally bring up your thing, it prioritizes other listings, is basically what happens as far as I understand eBay and the inner workings. So my sales slowed down a little bit. Anyways, first one here is a Boyd's Bears. I probably got these, like I said, for like, I think I've talked about these before, for like $1 a piece, $2 at the most, you know, so after shipping and everything, we're looking about $4 or $5 profit. Nothing too exciting there, unfortunately. Our next sale here was a pretty decent one. I was happy picking this up. I paid about, it was a lot deal. You know, I bought like 7 or 8 things at this sale, but the way that it worked out is I paid about $5 for this book, and she sold at $49.89. It even had some cosmetic damage. I wouldn't even call it damage, like wear. You can see right there on the Star Wars logo. It was just kind of faded into the black. The paint had like rubbed off or whatever. But still got a pretty good price out of it. So after shipping and fees, we're still making $30, so not too bad for stopping at a yard sale for the morning, right? These games actually came from, I picked up a Slim PS2. I was looking for a PS2 Slim for my my man cave setup in my basement. I needed a PS2 Slim that could play PS1 and PS2 games that I hooked up to an old CRT TV to play light gun games, so like Area 51 and Time Crisis and Virtua Cop and stuff like that. And PS2 Slims on eBay, I think, go for north of $100, you know, depending on what they're bundled with and the condition they're in and yada, yada, yada. I found a guy selling a PS2 Slim locally on Facebook for $60, and actually came with a controller, all the hookups, in I think 16 games, something like that. So a decent little deal. I met that guy over the weekend and picked that up, and I listed a bunch of the games that I'm not personally interested in, and so I'm kind of trying to like sell enough of the games where I get the PS2 for my man cave for free. So as you can see here, we got a little greatest hits bundle of God of War and God of War 2. Sold it for $22.89, and we got $15 back on my $60 investment on the console that I am using. And this next sale here is from that same purchase, NBA Ballers Phenom. This was actually, as you can see here, the game is there, but behind it there's supposed to be a bonus soundtrack CD. The soundtrack of the game was actually on a CD in the case with the game, which is really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that before for a game, and like obviously there's video game soundtracks out there, but like a physical copy of it coming with the game, that was really neat to see. Unfortunately the disc wasn't with it, but I still got a little bit of money out of it. So after fees and shipping, I got another $6, so I'm at like $21 back on my $60 PS2 Slim that I bought for my basement, so I'm happy with that. We got a vintage Baywatch Barbie lifeguard. The reason I picked this up is I had recently just sat down and watched that Baywatch Pamela Anderson documentary on Netflix, and it was pretty interesting. It was a good watch. And then I saw this at a yard sale like the following weekend, and I was like, it's meant to be. I think I paid $5 for this Barbie. Had some decent value. After fees and shipping, we made about $10. Not too shabby. And then this, I don't know where this came from. I don't know if I picked this up, like, if it was on sale, retail arbitrage. I don't think so, because normally it would have had a price tag still on it, like if it was at Walmart, and I probably would have bought more than one. I don't know if I picked it up at a yard sale because somebody just had a quarter on it. I honestly have no idea where this came from. I just found it in a pile of stuff. I've been trying to kind of get through some of my dead stock, or my whatever you want, your death pile. Everybody's got different nicknames for this kind of stuff. I've just got mountains of stuff in my inventory that hasn't been listed yet, and I've been trying to get through that. And I found this with a bunch of other little smalls, and I was really surprised when I looked it up that it was like $25-$30 for this little minifig of... I know minifigs can be decent, and it is a limited edition, but I don't know. I was just shocked that it was worth $25 for a single little minifigure of the Green Arrow, not even like one of the huge superheroes. I don't know. I was surprised. $24.89. She sold. It wasn't even listed for a week. And after fee, you know, obviously it's a real light, easy ship. So wasn't too bad on me, but after fees and shipping, we got $17 out of it. I have no idea, again, what I spent, or even if, you know, it could have been free for all I know. I don't know. We got Evil Dead, the 40th anniversary edition. I think this is like an art book or something. Oh, it's a comic. It's essentially a comic book. Pretty cool. It came in that, I've talked about it before, and I apologize if you've already heard the story, but for those of you that haven't, the devs for the Evil Dead video game that came out within the last year or so, it hasn't been out for very long, they were nice enough to reach out. I think their community manager was like a fan of my content or had worked with me before or something, and they reached out on Twitter and they were like, hey, we'd love to send you, you know, one of these like press kits for the game. And I was like, heck yeah, man, that's awesome. Evil Dead is actually my favorite, like, old school scary movie. It's like the one movie that I can think about from like my childhood, I guess you would say, the early years, that actually scared me, that like actually freaked me out. If you guys haven't seen the original Evil Dead, I highly recommend. I actually haven't seen, they just remade this recently, within the last 5 years or so. They did a remake of it, the red band version, or whatever they call those things. I haven't seen that version, but the OG movie is pretty creepy. So anyways, yeah, I was happy to receive that little care package. I kept some of the items, but they sent me so much, and I'm just trying to downsize the amount. Like, you can see behind me, that's like, there's 2, 4, 5 more shelves that way that you guys can't even see, and then I've got a whole bunch of stuff on display in my basement, and then another office in the house with stuff on display. I just got too much, and I'm trying to like downsize my collection a little bit. So anyways, sold that for $16.89. I didn't have anything into it, so this was all profit for me. $9.95, not too bad. If you guys are watching this video and you subscribed from the last video, I want to say thank you so much. The YouTube algorithm actually picked up that yard sale video where I found the Nintendo 64, and it got some homepage promotion, which is crazy because I have been doing YouTube obviously for a decade now, over a decade, and that hasn't happened to me in years. Like, I was so surprised to check my phone and see that my video had more. These videos usually get like a couple thousand views, which is great. I'm having fun. You guys are having fun. I'm going to keep doing them. But I was expecting to see that, and it had like 7,000 views, and then it just kept going and going. And I think right now, as I record this, it's got like 25,000 views. So that is super awesome. If you guys hit subscribe, I got a lot of people hit subscribe for that video, and I much appreciate it. The funny thing is, the weekend that just passed, didn't really find, I went to like 6 or 7 sales, and it was super like mediocre stuff. I bought a handful of things, and nothing was like super exciting. So I don't know if there's going to be a yard sale video this Friday, just because there wasn't really enough to make a video out of. I did buy some things, so I might throw up a video just showing the couple things I found and explaining, you know, that hopefully there'll be a video next week. and instead of just not uploading anything, maybe like a little explanation video. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by, watching the video. Please show the video some love. Make sure you ring that bell so you don't miss future videos. And I will see you guys on the next... Oh! And on the next What Sold on eBay, because it's the 25th now, so the next one will be like the 2nd of May, I believe. So we're going to do a full month recap. So I'm going to show you guys my total sales. I'm going to show you my week sales as per usual, but I'm going to also show you a recap of the full month, my total earnings for the month, and all that good stuff, minus fees and shipping and all that good stuff, actual take home. And yeah, so look forward to that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.